Hey guys, it's Caleb. I promised you a blood on the dance floor rant, and here you go. I mean, this video technically isn't going to be a rant more than an analysis of the inspirational video by Blood on the Dance Floor titled Rise and Shine. So yeah, let's get this started. The video opens up with some really artsy and ominous piano and violin, adding to that tone that Davi and Jay are apparently going for. And this angsty, Bieber-haired high school kid is sitting in class and, oh no, people are calling him names and throwing paper at him. The Bieber-haired teenager is overwhelmed with angst, and he walks out into the hallway only to be met by people shoving his face into a water fountain. No! And so, coincidentally, Davi starts singing. Or singing, if you could say. Now let me stop this for a second. It seems that whenever Davi's singing, he's either whining or mumbling or just yelling loudly, very out of key. In this case, it's kind of whining mixed with a little mumbling. Inspiration. So the angsty Bieber-haired kid goes into the locker room and he's kneeling over with the gun. Meanwhile, the, stupid electronic beat in the background is building tension or whatever. There's images of Columbine getting flashed on the screen. So edgy. And this is where I start to have a problem with this video. The angsty Bieber-haired kid pulls out a gun and starts opening fire against his classmates. Now, we all know school shootings are a touchy subject. They always have been. But that's not the reason why this video is so rage-inducing. The problem isn't exactly depicting a school shooting for shock. It's mainly the way that they portrayed it for me that got me the most upset. Like, for example, he has his gun out and he's firing at kids, and there's blood splattering on the screen in a cartoony manner. What? Like, it's a freaking action movie. Okay, Davi and Jay, if you want me to take you guys seriously, you need to take school shootings seriously. And it's also topped off with explicit shots of kids on the ground bleeding to death. Okay, now let me stop right here again. Remember how Marilyn Manson was blamed for the Columbine shootings? It was when the shooters identified themselves as Marilyn Manson fans, and so, every middle-aged, suburban mother got their panties in a knot. Even though Manson never did or said anything that would ever condone a school shooting. He's smart enough not to portray school shootings in a glorified manner in a music video. But the labels that he gets with his music? Creep, homo, satanic, wants kids to kill people. And let's look at BOTDF on the other hand, or Blood on the Dance Floor, whatever. Before their album Evolution, oh yeah, the inspirational one, they've had songs with lyrics like, and oh my god, blah blah blah, I'm rated X for explicit sex. What? And yeah, you get the point. Now they've moved on to writing bland, cliche, derivative, inspirational songs. But they have their 12-year-old fans defending them to their death. And you know what labels they get? Inspirational, genius, attractive. You see what I mean? I mean, from what I can tell, Blood on the Dance Floor, they're filming this video and they're trying to start controversy. PLUR! That's for a whole different video, by the way. And now, back to the music video. So after this pathetic attempt at shock, we open up to a shot in the classroom where teenagers with angst and Bieber hair are sitting at their desks, pulling out guns and putting them to their heads and their mouths, and yeah. Anyone who's ever been, really depressed or suicidal has had those images in their head, 24/7. So tell me, Davi and Jay, how on earth are you going to save their lives by taking those images out of their head and putting them on a screen for them all to watch again and again? It's obvious Davi and Jay don't care about the kid. It's all about what I mentioned before. Shock. So, back to the video again. While these angsty teens are doing what they do, a teacher starts writing on the board, I will not listen to Blood on the Dance Floor. I will not listen to Blood on the Dance Floor. That part in the video would make a little sense if only Blood on the Dance Floor could stir up some controversy that even mattered. PLUR. I mean, it's also suggesting, hey guys, your parents aren't letting you listen to Blood on the Dance Floor? threaten to kill yourself. That'll show them. Like I mentioned, the whole chalkboard thing doesn't make sense because blood on the dance floor can't stir up any controversy. And you know why? It's the same thing they don't want anyone to know. It's their deepest secret. You know what it is? It's that they don't have anything to say. And they'll do whatever they can to convince you that they do have something to say. And to convince you that they have something to say, they'll keep throwing, like, shocking images at you and brainwashing as many 12-year-olds as they can. PLUR! So after you see all this, it goes to a black screen with stats about bullying, like 1 in 4 children are being bullied. You know, the usual stuff. They want you to watch that and be like, oh, you know, still in shock from the horrible images. And then be like, oh, bullying's a problem, guys. But no, that'll be effective on just about every 9-year-old on the planet. But you're not fooling anyone, Davy and Jay. Trust me. So if I had to say one good thing about this video, it's just the way it's shot. I thought whoever, you know, did the choreography or whatever, I thought, you know, they did their job. But does that say anything about Davy and Jay as people? No. Does it say anything about the music? No, not at all. Does it say anything about the blatant, you know, attempts at shock? No. The main problem with this video is that it doesn't offer a solution to any problem whatsoever, let alone bullying, suicide, whatever. It's like they're portraying a school shooting like it's a logical solution to something. And, you know, I'll get a comment like, oh, that's not what they're saying. It's like, well, then why couldn't they have just, like, said, like, it could have taken them, like, 10 seconds. I mean, they took, like a minute out of the video to show you just, like, dead teenagers and teenagers putting guns to their heads. Why can't they take some time out of the video to show you maybe something positive, you know, tell you to not do that? But no, they'd get in the way of the shock factor, thus the video losing its impact whatsoever. And, you know, I'm also gonna get comments saying, that Bieber-haired kid, you know, he woke up from the dream, like, shooting up his, like, classmates and put the gun back in his backpack, decided not to do it. Well, my question is, why? They didn't tell why. They didn't, you know, show what would have happened to the kid if he decided to go through with that. It's just saying, oh yeah, well that's, you know, you could either put the gun back in your backpack, or you can go and shoot up your school. That'd be a logical answer. So, yeah, this video in a nutshell. Kid gets bullied. He gets mad. He shoots up his school. LOL. Kids putting guns in their mouths. All of the controversies. Kid puts his gun back into his backpack. That's what happened. Do you see the problem here? There was nothing in the video suggesting that violence is not the way to go. I'm not going to go as far as to say that they're condoning violence, but exploiting, you know, those images, like, of school shootings is just as bad in my opinion.